Want to know what I think is one of the most important things you can do in grad school to be successful? You're going to find out right now. Hey everybody, this is Leigh Hall from teachingacademia.com, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to navigate academia and make your best impact. Today we're talking about what I think is one of the most important things you can do to be successful in your grad student program. And it all falls under the heading of taking responsibility for your experience. So what do I mean by that? I mean, knowing your program inside and out, okay? Which means you're going to know the requirements, right? What are the coursework requirements? What are the comprehensive exam or prelim requirements? What do you need in terms of committees, okay? What does that look like? Know your paperwork, okay? And do it, okay? Now, you might be thinking, I have an advisor. Isn't that my advisor's responsibility? Not exactly. I mean, sort of, but not exactly, okay? So one of the things to know is that your advisor is an advisor for multiple doctoral students, right? Multiple graduate students. And as time goes on, most places we are consistently sort of looking at our program, thinking about what works, what doesn't work, and we're making changes. And we can be making programmatic changes, we might be making paperwork changes, but we're making changes. And so a student that's in their last year of the program could have different requirements than a student in their third year and a student in their first year, okay? So what I always tell all of my students is it's very difficult for me to keep track of who's got what requirement because I've been in places before where the requirements shifted, okay? And it's very challenging to keep all that up and make sure that you're correct. But as an individual student, you can make sure that you know what your program is about, what those requirements are, what needs to be done when, okay? Now, as an advisor, I always sit my students down the very first meeting of the fall semester, and we talk about what is this year going to look like, and what do you need to accomplish? Do you need to set up a program and studies committee? Is this the year you're taking your comprehensive exams? Is this the year that you're writing your dissertation proposal? And we talk about what that year, generally speaking, is going to look like and what that student can generally expect. I do that. Not all advisors do that, okay? So that is something, that is a strategy that you can use to take responsibility for your experience and for your program. If your advisor doesn't do that, set up a meeting with your advisor in the fall and say, hey, I want to go over this year. I understand that I'm going to be taking my comprehensive exams. What does that look like? What do I need to do? What does my committee need to be made up of? Whatever it is, right? Whatever questions you have, whatever things you need clarified, absolutely bring that to your advisor. Because if your advisor can't answer that question, your advisor can direct you to the person who can. So it's not that your advisor is not going to be able to provide you with any advice or help, but it's really about making sure you understand what you need to do and being proactive and making sure it gets done. And by taking that level of responsibility and being proactive, you are going to have a very successful grad school experience and one that is going to help you get through from start to finish, understanding what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. So you can do it, take responsibility, and you can be successful.